Okay, this video is called What Country Lives the Longest? And here's the interesting thing about it is the USA spends about 40% more money than any other country on healthcare costs, about $12,000 per person per year. So you would say, well, then shouldn't they have the healthiest people? Number two was Switzerland and then some of these other European countries. But that's a little bit funny that health is sort of declining, but the money is still quite a lot. Let's take a look. And here's the next slide. This is the longevities now, most recent numbers in like 2023. Monaco, which is like a little tiny country connected to France, they have an average lifespan of about 86.5 years. And I think that's for the men, or that's the average. You know, this is the men, 85, the women, 88 and a half. So it used to be the longest lived ever was a Seventh-day Adventist in California. I don't know if they specifically gave them a number. They just gave the USA an entire number. I don't know how good the Seventh-day Adventists would be if they got their own thing. Same thing for Okinawa. I don't see Okinawa on here as a distinct country. All I see is Japan. Japan still has pretty good overall average age of death at 84. Well, really about 85 years of age. China, Hong Kong, surprisingly good. Republic of Korea, surprisingly good. So those rice-eating areas still doing pretty well. Switzerland, about 84. Okay, so, you know, then Finland did pretty well once it turned itself around, started reducing its intake of meat, animal products, and saturated fat. USA is way down here at 79.5 years. And by the way, I think these numbers are exaggerated. I think they're too high. I don't think people are living this long on average. But be that as it may, these are the numbers. The other thing I would say is you can have a person in the USA who lives to 79, but in my experience, most patients are pretty messed up by the time they're in their late 50s, early 60s. By that I mean the drugs and the surgeries keep them alive longer, but they're not doing well. I mean, like I said, I have my internal medicine friends tell me every single one of their patients over 60 is cognitively slow. And in my experience, the vast majority of people I speak to over 60 are not doing very well. Americans, they plug up all their arteries. It's hard to be smart when you plugged up your arteries and you're eating all these toxic chemicals that are toxic to the brain. So anyways, I just thought that was a little bit interesting that these countries up here are supposedly doing so well. So anyways.